Hey guys, and welcome back to the January 14th emission of the Zac Tapes. I am your host, Zac, and today we're just going to be having a yap. I'm going to talk about some new stuff in my life, some my New Year's resolutions, Wicked, The Rookie, and creating content. And if we get to it, I have this thing from my dad that he wants me to watch, so we might do that. But yeah, we're going to get right into it with my New Year's resolutions. I am always the kind of guy to do a New Year's resolution that's fun. So I never really have done a serious New Year's resolution before. Just being because, I have no use for it, if you know what I mean. I feel like if you set your expectations too high for your new year and, you put all that pressure on yourself, you're not going to end up doing it. But here I am being very hypercritical, I mean. So my first one's gonna be no dairy. This just because I am lactose intolerant and I like dairy, so I need to stop. It's been pretty easy so far. I have this meal I'm hyper fixating on right now. That's 3 eggs, 3 pieces of toast, and hash browns, and I've been fucking that up lately. So it's been pretty easy to do no dairy so far. I feel like once I start craving pizza and stuff again, it's gonna get worse, just cuz. But that's my number one goal is no dairy. My second goal is gonna be, and I like saying goal instead of resolution because I feel like it's a better word. You know what I mean? So my second one is gonna be the fun one. It's gonna be watch more movies. And I've already started doing this. I bought the AMC fancy ass subscription where you can see 3 movies a week, and my goal is 2 movies per week, so it's pretty doable, 104 movies a year. But it's going to be a conscious effort to do that. But I have been doing it so far. This week I saw Better Man, which is that Robbie Williams movie, and then I'm gonna go see Nosferatu. I think maybe today. We'll find out. And then last week I saw Baby Girl and Wicked again. So it was a repeat week, but technically I still did it. I still went to the movies twice. So we'll be talking about Wicked later too. I have so much to talk about. Me when I say 800 times. And then my third New Year's resolution is going to be to move my body for an hour per day. And this one's pretty easy for me because I just love being active and going outside. I mean, I live in Colorado, so who doesn't love going outside? So I've been hiking, running, swimming. I haven't been really going to the gym other than for swimming. But I think it's going to be fun because it's a good resolution to have. And then the fourth one is just a fun one. It's going to be to try and learn my German and Spanish to a conversational level. Kind of like not where my French is because that'd be crazy. But I really do want to learn German and Spanish to a level where I can communicate with others. Because right now, all I have in German is Hallo, ich bin Zac und ich kommst du Amerika or Colorado, either one. And la bakerie est in der Nähe. I'm not conversational in any aspect, so I'd love to get there. And yeah, Spanish is another one because I am even less good at Spanish, and so many people speak Spanish now that I think it's just going to be a thing you have to learn to be a functioning human. And yeah, those are all my New Year's resolutions. So let's get into the next topic I have, which is going to be what it's like creating content. And I'm going to talk about what it's like creating the podcast, what it's like making the ASMR videos and stuff like that. So I've been changing up the way I format the podcast these last couple weeks because I've been taking inspiration from Drew Afwalo's podcast, the Broski Report, what's the other one? Very, really good, Curtis Connor's podcast, and learning that I want to do a show like that where it's like kind of more off the cuff. Like I have stuff that I've set down, but I've not written an entire script for, which I think is going to be way more fun for me because I love script writing and I also hate script writing. In the sense that I need a script to follow and like have my thoughts be laid out, and I want to kind of change that about myself. So that's why I'm starting this this different type of podcast, this different type of show. I have to like change my vocabulary. So the way I would make the deep dives, and the way I'm making another deep dive right now, is I will watch the movie on like my phone and have on my Mac my master Google Doc where I keep all my scripts up, and I'll watch a scene, I'll describe what happened, and then just say my thoughts on there. And like that wasn't like very feasible for every week. So I'm still going to be doing deep dives cuz I do enjoy dissecting a film in its entirety and like analyzing it that way. But I cannot pump those out every week. It's just not feasible. So I did last week with the 3 smaller shows, like the 3 movies, and I just did like less scripting, and I think that was really good. The only one, like, my thoughts flowed freely about in that Wicked segment, like they are going to do this episode, and my thoughts flowed freely with Baby Girl because it's not that complicated to explain. Like, it's a good movie, you should watch it, but I could get my thoughts out without having to do that much research back into it, whereas the Gladiator part of that video took me 3 days to write, and I wrote it at least 4 times and started over. Because there's so much happening in that film, and there's so much, it'd be like trying to explain Knives Out. Like, I think I would explode. Like, if you had to explain a thriller film, like, or like a twist film, like in Gladiator, it's hard. I literally took me like 4 days to write. Because I was like, that's too convoluted, I need to start over. And I ended up having to buy Gladiator at home for like $30 or whatever, because I could not, for the life of me, remember how it ended. And I think that shows, like, it's probably a good movie, but it's too complicated to be able to, like, formulate a thought about without having to explain the entire film. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to talk about the ASMR videos now because I've been popping off on ASMR really lately. And I just liked creating ASMR content because I watched a lot of it. I still do, but I kind of like use it now more as inspiration. And when creating my ASMR videos, I originally just did stuff that I was like vibing with. I was at the time, like if I was watching trigger assortments, I made one. If I was watching like storytime videos, Reddit videos, I'd make one. Whereas now I think I make the content that my audience wants. Like, I have this whole list of video ideas where it's all of the recommendations I've gotten from my comments. So I don't even have to like think a thought anymore to be able to make an ASMR video. I just like have it up here because it's this master doc I have. So it's like I have ASMR in Portuguese, a doctor roleplay, a hairdresser roleplay, mic brushing, pampering you ASMR, house designer ASMR, playing games ASMR, nail tapping, hand sounds, mouth sounds, hand sounds again. Like, they all give me these ideas, and I'm like, why wouldn't I do that? You're supporting me via watching my videos, so why would I not in turn support you with whatever it is you want me to do? Like, people who don't like make what their audience wants, it seems weird to me. But yeah, I love creating ASMR. I make ASMR with just basically my phone. I'm starting to transfer over to my camera because I've learned that it's easier to have your phone on you and like be able to be used as a phone than as a camera. So I got my Sony A6600 over there, and I love that camera. It's so good. It's like it's crazy how just having a standalone camera is such a bump up in quality from the iPhone. I say that I'm biased right now because I'm recording on my iPhone right now, but that's because the camera accidentally recorded all of last night. I never shut it off when I recorded a video yesterday, and so now it's very dead. But I had to get a podcast recorded. I had to get a mission recorded for you guys. So, but I have a couple different mics that I use for ASMR. I used the Elgato mic in one ASMR video, and it kind of did well. It has like 1,200 views right now. And it's doing okay, but that one I love. I'm gonna link that in the description for y'all. If you guys like comedy and like video production, you're gonna like this video because I did a fake news and I got out my green screen and I recorded for like an hour and a half, and it ended up only being 10 minutes, but because I was like changing and being all these different people, it like brought me back to that space of like in school making movies, and like it was so much fun. So go check that out. But I've used the DJI mics. I love using the DJI mics for ASMR because they soundproof so well in themselves, way more than the Blue Yeti does. Like I have the Blue Yeti X, and that thing picks up everything and everyone in your neighborhood. So I like the noise canceling of the DJI mics because of that. So I've been using the DJI mics recently because they're also like binaural. And if I do make enough money off the ASMR channel, I want to get a 3DO because that looks so fun. It looks so fun. I might get a 3DO. But right now, I have made like $100 off the ASMR channel, so we're pumping the brakes on the 3DO. But it'd be really fun. All right. So now I want to get into the movies and stuff I've been watching in the last week. So I'm going to talk about Wicked because I have seen Wicked 6 times now, and I did buy it at home. I paid the $30 to have the sing-along all the time at home. But I did see it 5 times in theaters. Cried every time because, well, I cried every time, and except for the sing-along. So I wanted to get into why Wicked resonated so hard with me. And like I've seen the play, I saw it at in Denver. There's the Buell Theater, and I saw it when it came to town, and I was like, holy shit. So when I saw the movie was coming out, I was like, this is about to be me for the next foreseeable future. I saw this thing, and it was like, oh, I can watch Wicked whenever I want. I'm about to be insufferable. And that's me. That's me. I'm about to be insufferable because I resonate with Elphaba on a level that is almost like probably should be looked at by a professional, because when with her being the different one, with her being shunned basically by all of her classmates and for just like being green, I'm gonna take it to the dance scene really fast because before this, everyone just like hates Elphaba. There's the song "Loathing" where they're talking about like she's disgusting, she's like weird, she's icky, and then you get this dance scene where Elphaba finally starts to get seen as a person by everyone, and Glinda like dances with her, and I think this is like the connection I made with Wicked, where Elphaba is just this kid who is different, and I connected to that in a way of being gay. So when you're like a kid and you're gay, you do feel different. There's gonna be a sort of disconnect from your, like for me, I was a little gay kid, right? A little gay boy. And there was a sense of disconnect with my fellow peers, with the other boys, because I didn't always want to play soccer. I didn't always want to roughhouse. I didn't always want to make weird jokes. Like, and you feel separated from them in like a way that Elphaba is shown to be separated from everyone at Shiz. And the dance scene, just like concretes it in my brain that someone when I was little could have been my friend who was a guy. And like I probably did have a friend who like was a guy, but I can't remember anyone. I was always friends with the girls. Like, you know what I mean? There, and watching the Wicked dance scene just like concretes it for you that someone could have been there for you. Someone could have stood up to those people. Someone could have been your friend. But like, and for me at least, no one did. So it makes me cry every time that Glinda is like, no, like I'm gonna be her friend, and like makes me cry every time. And the same for Defying Gravity when it kind of reverts back and Glinda is no longer her friend. And there's like the part in Defying Gravity where she goes, Elphaba, why couldn't you have stayed calm for once? Using her full name instead of the nickname she gave her, which is Elfie. And then she goes back to it for a second. She goes, Elfie, you can still be with the wizard. But then she goes back and like is like, Elphaba. So you can see the disconnect of them stopping being friends as well, which also makes me cry. Defying Gravity makes me cry every time. Except for the sing along, obviously, because like I was like riding high with like singing with everybody. But the symbolism in Wicked for me is just gonna be like someone made that connection with Elphaba, and then they chose to revert it, and that really sucks. And like for me, it was that someone like chose to do that in the first place. Do you know what I mean? Like, who? Okay. Moving on from the sad parts of Wicked, I want to talk about Madame Morrible because, oh my God, they couldn't have cast a better Madame Morrible. I love Michelle Yeoh. My dear, I'll write it. That scene where she walks away from the monkeys after Elphaba like disformed them or whatever, that walk is the most cunty fucking shit I've ever seen. She walks away and does like a RuPaul walk back towards the wizard. Oh my God, like I can't like I'm not gonna spoil the second one obviously, but like I love like sorry, I know she's like the actual evil witch, but like Madame Morrible is such a crazy bitch and such an icon. Also, I saw this thing that was like Madame Morrible probably wrote that thing on Dr. Dillamond's whiteboard, and I was like, oh, because after I don't know if it's like when she's teaching Elphaba, she goes, I heard something bad happen in Dr. Dillamond's class today, and I don't know if she like heard that from someone else or she knew that because she did it, but like I was like, oh. And also, people are saying that she probably created the Great Drought, and I'm like, what the that's crazy. Like I didn't know she was like that like powerful like or that like old. Do you know what I mean? Like yeah, she has gray hair, but like wasn't the drought like a really long time ago? Cuz Dillamond's talking about it in his history class. Anyway, love Madame Morrible. What was I going to talk about? Oh, the book. I'm reading Wicked the book right now cuz I thought it'd be interesting after I read Devil in the White City. So I'm reading the book. The book is so much worse than the movie. I don't know how Steven Schwartz and what's her name, Winnie, read this book and was like, that should be a musical. In the book, I'm not that far into it, so I'm not really spoiling anything. In the book, Elphaba is born and she is like a boy at the beginning, and then they say like she changed herself to be a girl like magically. Like I was like, bitch, where's that option in the real life? I'm kidding. But they were like saying like she's intersex in the book and she like changed herself from being a boy to being a girl, and I was like, what the fuck? And also when she's born, her mom, like Milena Strop, or yeah, that sounds right, has her in like a barn, like she's Jesus or something, like the nativity scene. But when like the people who are delivering her, she bites one of their fingers clean off. Like, she has these razor sharp teeth in the book, and she bites this woman who just like brought her into the world. She bites their finger clean off. What? And like the whole time, they only show like Elphaba's parents for like 2 seconds in the movie, but in the book it's like mostly about them. And Elphaba's father is so much worse in the book. He like straight up hates her, like more than he does in the movie, which is saying something, girl. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm enjoying the book. It's terrifying. And also when the book opens, it's like they're when the book opens, it's Elphaba listening in into the Dorothy, the Tin Man, the Lion, and all of them having a conversation on the road. And they're like, yeah, I heard she's like a pedophile and like all this shit, and like saying and talking bad about Elphaba in the book, and it's crazy. It's crazy, girl. I don't know. But yeah. Next up we're gonna talk about Fiyero, because girl, who was gonna tell me that it was Jonathan Bailey? We love a gay icon playing a straight man. I saw this thing, and I think it was like in like Kuwait in Russia or something. Wicked got banned because Fiero's too fruity, and I was like, hey, that's a little funny. Because there's a scene when he's in Dancing Through Life here at the Anyway, I don't know why I'm so coffee today. There's a scene where he is like sitting on the edge of a table, and he takes this guy's head and goes like and like whips it around, and I'm like, is that the part that got banned? Because that's kind of fruity. And then also when he like turns the librarian around and like gives her a kiss. What the hell was that? And who fucking thought of that, bro? I was also like thinking of him in Constellation 2, the like play, and I was just like wondering why they made him wear so much blue. Cause like that's all he's ever in, and on the stage at least, he starts out in like a red preppy outfit, and I don't know, like it just seemed like a very big 160 for Fiero to be wearing like this whole different wardrobe, because like Glinda and Elphaba kind of look like they do in the film or on the stage, obviously, because in the beginning she's wearing like this little skirt and like blazer combo, and she's wearing that in the musical play as well, like on the stage. And I think that I don't know, they just changed Fiero a lot, like looks wise. And I don't know if that was like for Jonathan Bailey or if it was like just like a choice, but I thought it was interesting. Also Wicked, like it just like provides an escape for everybody to like be like, it's like that feeling of when you discover like a comfort show for me, but this is like my new comfort movie. I have two now, I guess, because I love Red, White, and Royal Blue, and I love Wicked. So what does that say about me? Also, I want to talk about Red, White, and Royal Blue eventually too, because oh my god, I love that movie. Oh my god, am I like sick? I swear to god. What was I talking about? I don't remember. But yeah, love the sing along. Go see the sing along if you love Wicked, because I literally had so much fun. They played like I went to one at AMC, and they played all of the like be quiet, silence your phones, shut up, like all those ads. And but then they had to like play the Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande being like, all right, ignore all of that and warm up with us. Me, 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 ma, moo, me, moo, moo. Like, and like, that was so cute to like warm up with them. And then they're like, all right, now enjoy Wicked. And my like top favorite songs are gonna be No One Mourns the Wicked, just because of the Ariana Grande vocals where she goes, God like over where they're like, no one mourns the wicked, and then she goes, God knows, no one mourns the God knows. I love that part. That part, ooh, scratches my brain. Me when, like, it happens in Hamilton too, where like everything's overlapping, but I can still like hear the individual things. I learned that's not a thing that everybody can do. Like, when people hear music and stuff is like layered over one another, like in Hamilton, my mom says she only hears like the whole sound, whereas I cannot hear the whole sound. I can pick and choose which parts of the whole sound I'm hearing. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a part in Hamilton where like Angelica's singing, Eliza singing, and George Washington is singing, and they're all singing at the same time, but I can never hear them as one whole thing. I hear whichever one I choose to hear. I learned that that's not a thing everybody can do, so I don't know. Let me know if you can do that, if you know what I'm, like, if you understand what I'm yapping about. I'm sorry if you do, though, by the way. And then, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Wicked. I can't wait. I can't believe I have to wait another 11 months to see, oh, here's what I have to say about this. Wicked Part 1 and then Wicked for Good. I hate you bitches. Whoever made that decision, what the... like, it's like if they... Like, it's basically saying Act 1 and then here's a completely different movie. Because, like, it's Act 1 and Act 2 of Wicked, right? They separated them to make them even longer. But why would they make it not part 2 anymore? I actually hate that, because you're gonna look like they're gonna be sold as like a 2-part DVD or whatever. It's gonna be like Wicked Part 1 and Wicked for Good. What do you mean, bro? Whoever made that decision, I have thoughts and I have words for you. From like Heather's, where are you, freshmen? I'm coming for you. That's me at the guy whoever decided to fucking make Wicked for Good the movie title. Ugh. Anyway, let's talk about The Rookie, because hey, I like Nathan Fillion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love the show. And it's not a great look because it's a cop show, but like, it's good, okay? I have a couple episodes I wanted to talk about. The number one is the one where Captain Anderson dies. And it's a really emotional episode, obviously, because they fucking love her. And at the end of the episode, they end up catching her killer or whatever. But it also kicks off this, like, other thing where we never see a police captain again until I think the fourth season. They never really talk about a captain after that. I don't know why they killed her off to begin with. Let's Google. I don't know why they killed her off to begin with, because, like, there was really no need in her death. Hold on. Why did they kill Captain Anderson off? For dramatic effect, bitch! Shut the fuck up, actually. Okay, so there wasn't a reason, and I was correct. Oh, so they were fucking getting us, girl. Jesus Christ, bro. That's actually so fucked. I actually hate you bitches, actually. For dramatic effect. For dramatic effect. Because after that, we never see a captain until Nolan gets his, Oh, no, because that's the chief of police. We never see a captain again. Yeah. Because Gray is the watch commander. So, I'm actually so mad. I'm going to move on, because the dramatic effect. Anyway, the next episode is the one where Nolan ends up shooting the guy taking a life on the job. I think this was beautifully cinematographed. Ooh, we love English. This was beautifully shot. The cinematography was great, I think, because they show visibly how shaken he is. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a scene where he is, like, reeling, basically. from shooting this guy. And the way they show it on screen is he's like, I'm Nolan, right? They show him and it shakes behind him and suddenly he's a new spot. They shake behind him and suddenly he's talking to a new person. It shakes behind, like, it shows how his mental state is physically altered because, like, he's been through this traumatic thing. Someone did point a gun at him and he ended up killing them. Like, it's crazy. And then it gets even more stupid and crazy after because the brother of the guy he shot ends up trying to kill him in his own house. And then everyone's like, oh, you're trying to kill this family, Nolan. Well, how dare you? And it's like, girl, be for real. That's all I have to say about that. The next episode is gonna be the one where Jackson West dies. Also, sorry if you haven't seen The Rookie, because I'm ruining it all for you. Also, you're probably not gonna watch it, because I'm pretty much the only one. There's this scene where Angela is getting married and they're all at her wedding, and she ends up getting kidnapped by this drug queen pin called La Fiera, and they fly her down to Mexico, and Jackson West is trying to like fight back against like this guy and trying not to get kidnapped, and they just shoot him through the back, and then it's over and he's gone. And then they don't talk about it ever again after that episode. And I guess like there's a reason for that, but like his dad is who runs internal affairs at LAPD. So like they probably talk to him a lot, or I don't know how the infrastructure works, but I'm assuming you have to talk to people. And they just never talk about Jackson again after that. I think it's like the season 2 finale is when he gets kidnapped, or when Angela gets kidnapped and he dies, and then it's the season 3 episode 1 where they like go and get Angela back. Like, it's so stupid because they mourn him for like 2 seconds and then everybody moves on. Like, if I had known a guy since, like, they basically go through the academy together, and I don't know how long is the academy for the LAPD. How long is the LAPD Police Academy? 6 months. So they go through these 6 months to become cops together. They go through the year of being police officers, and then they go through a little bit after that. So they've known him for like a year and a half, and they're like best friends, and they hang out all the time, and they do all this stuff together, and then he's killed and they don't talk about him ever again. Why is that, girl? Like, anyway. The last thing I want to talk about with The Rookie is going to be, they do these documentary episodes, which, oh my god, I wish I could fucking, like, be on, because that is, like, the type of meta shit I'm sat for. When we're like, are we kidding? They talk about, like, there's, I can't remember what the first documentary is about, but there's the second one where it's Aaron Thorson's, like, they discover who actually killed his roommate in Paris, and it's like they're being interviewed for a documentary, but they're filming it as if it's just a normal episode of The Rookie, so they're filming just the talent, and we never see, like, the director or the cameras or anything, which I think is really fun and cool, because I would love to make something like that, where it's, like, so meta that they're making a documentary inside a TV show. That's so slay. Yeah, that's all I got for right now. I think that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you want me to talk about anything in particular, I'm still writing the script for the Don't Worry Darling deep dive. But we'll find out how that goes, because no promises on that one, besties. Thank you so much for watching the Zac Tapes. Please leave a like, subscribe, turn post notifications so you don't miss anything. And yeah, I will see you guys next week for another Tuesday episode. Toodles.